There are moments in life when we'd give anything for a second chance. A chance to right a wrong, a chance to save the ones we love, or to undo the one choice that shattered everything. But what if changing the past destroyed the future? I'm New York Times bestselling author Gena Showalter. Many years ago, I published Intertwined, a young adult paranormal romance series about a boy with 4 souls living inside his head. One can raise the dead, one can possess others, one can time travel, and one can predict the future. While the publisher canceled the series before the final book was released, readers have always asked me how I intended to end it. I thought I'd go one way. In fact, I've talked about it online before. But I've learned a lot about writing a series over the years, and I've since changed some of the details. I'm ready to tell all. This is Aden's story, a boy who believes that even time itself bends before love, loss, and destiny.
I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of great content planned for you, and I don't want you to miss anything. And be sure to sign up for my newsletter to receive a digital copy of this transcript, as well as 2 bonus scenes. Stay tuned for a sneak peek of my new fantasy romance series, Book of Aden, featuring the books Kingdom of Tomorrow and Kingdom of Today.
Are you ready? Let's dive in. Aden Stone knew what had to be done. If he did this one awful thing, if he went back in time to right his wrongs, everything could change for the better. His girlfriend's sisters would live. Victoria, the vampire princess he loved, would no longer crave his blood or his death. Riley and Marianne would still be his friends. Shannon would survive. His home wouldn't lie in ruins. And he'd never have to go to war with Vlad, Victoria's father, a ruthless vampire king who still displays the bodies of his enemies on poles in his front yard. Aden should have bent time long ago. He should have fixed everything before it shattered. But he didn't. Stubbornness, fear, maybe hope that somehow things would work out. Now he has no choice. The plan is simple. Go back to the day he met Marianne Gray, the human girl whose presence silenced the 4 souls in his head. He's never to look at her, never to speak to her, never to ring the starting bell that unleashed the vampires and werewolves and fairies and all the other creatures of the night into his quiet Oklahoma town. He has only to master his fear and do what's right. Even if it means the return of the voices in his head, even if it means losing every friend who's ever stood by him, even if the girl he loves forgets he ever existed. Of course, Aden will remember, and for the rest of eternity, that memory will gut him. When Aden time travels and arrives in Crossroads, Oklahoma, he's ready to rewrite fate. He misses his friends, and he misses his sweet Victoria. But he can live with their loss as long as they're safe. Maybe one day he'll smile again. Maybe. But there's always a but with Aden, isn't there? Because fate is a living being as well, and it hates being denied. Through a cruel twist, Aden literally runs into Marianne again. And just like that, the floodgates open. The supernatural world floods back, fangs, fur, and fire. The future refuses to be rewritten. Desperate, Aden keeps trying. He returns to the past again and again, using the power of Julian, the soul who controls time. He's determined to forge a new future, to avoid Marianne and to change everything. But no matter what he does, he and Marianne always find each other. Talk about the worst Groundhog Day effect ever. He's the magnet, she's the metal. Every path ends the same, in their defeat, until finally it works. Tapping into his foreknowledge, he manages to avoid her completely, and when he returns home, everything is wonderful, except he's alone again, and the peace doesn't last long. Without Marianne's balancing gift, the night's chaos wins fast. Creatures tear the skies apart. Vlad reigns as an unstoppable tyrant, and Victoria is a hollow shell of the girl Aden loved. Aden realizes he hasn't just erased his relationship, he's erased all hope. In the end, Aden goes back one last time to the original past, the original timeline. Only now, everything he's learned has made him strong enough to deal with what's broken. Yes, his friends are miserable, but he knows them better now. He knows himself better now, and he helps rally them all. Until the next problem arises. Vlad followed Aden through the last rift, determined to change everything in his own favor. And he's better at it than Aden, and successfully erases Aden from everyone's memory. Now, the boy who thought he was ready, who has lost everything too many times to count, has to stand alone. But finally, he understands. You can't change the past. You can only fight for a better future. To stop Vlad, Aden will need his friends' help. But again, they don't remember him. So he does the only thing that makes sense to him. He kidnaps them, ties them up, and tells them the truth of who they were, who they still are deep down. Before he can finish, Vlad attacks. The group is wounded, but the connection between Aden and Marianne flares again, jolting everyone's memories awake. Riley's wolf rises in a snarl. Marianne's aura blazes, canceling out the king's power. Victoria's fangs gleam, her eyes shining with fierce love, and together they rise, because they've learned something undeniable. The enemy loves to kick you when you're down, but the moment you stand up and fight for what's yours, he loses. Together, Aden and his friends drive Vlad back to the pit he crawled out of. The ancient vampire king is no match for a group of furious teenagers with nothing left to lose. Aden is crowned vampire king, but he places the crown on Victoria's head instead. He pledges his loyalty to her, his heart, and his life. Riley and Marianne marry, binding their souls in their fate. The souls once trapped in Aden, Elijah, Julian, Caleb, and Eve finally find peace. And the boy who never had a home finally finds one, a family who loves him unconditionally. In the end, time didn't give Aden peace. He had to fight for it. Because sometimes the hardest truth is the most human one. We can't undo our past, but we can still build something beautiful from its ashes. This is Aden's story, but maybe it's ours too.
Two worlds, split and stitched together, artifacts whispered to imprison sleeping gods, and beneath it all, the night, where a strange madness turns innocents into killers. Aden Rusa has survived her whole life by staying quiet, staying hidden, staying safe, until the day she discovers a book written about her, and everything changes. Forced into Fort Bala Royal Academy, Aden is paired with the High Prince Cyrus Dolian, a ruthless warrior and the last person she should ever trust. But the sparks between them? Impossible to ignore. As war games, panic attacks, and dangerous truths close in, Aden is chosen to join the Tome Society, guardians of an invisible library filled with books that foretell the future. But the more she learns about Ireland, the gods, and her own identity, the more she begins to wonder, is she meant to survive the world or remake it? Kingdom of Tomorrow by New York Times bestselling author Gena Showalter. Dive into the world where prophecy burns, destiny collides, and one girl's choice could reshape everything.